What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So we're back with This Week in Warframe, where we go over the entire weekly reset and things of that nature, basically what to expect if you are playing Warframe this week. If you enjoy these types of videos, we do daily Warframe videos on this channel, and also every week we do a weekly reset video too, that you're watching right now. So if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure you're subbed, and also if you want to maybe grind out some of the stuff with me on live stream, I always go with a weekly reset live stream right after these videos go up, so make sure to check out that channel as well. Alright, let's get in there. We don't have too much stuff going on this week, but we definitely do want to get this news out there, and you could also potentially be preparing for some future updates. Alright, for the first weekly reset item, we have 3x Forma from Teshin for 75 Steel Essence. Up to you if you think that's worth it. I don't really call it worth it, because 75 Steel Essence takes a good amount of time to farm. But yeah, that's the first thing. So, as far as this week in Warframe, Wisp Prime is coming out on the 27th, and that will not be this week. So, you have basically can start preparing for Wisp Prime, getting your reps stacked up and all that. But let's start off with the Steel Path Deviri Unlockers. So, we are on week 6. Now, if you have been playing this game every single week, you might remember that we had an oopsie a couple weeks ago where this rotation happened twice in a row. So, the way it stands right now is that people that have been playing every week have all these Incarnons besides one. So that means this week you technically would not be grinding out to rank 10 because you'd only need to get one Incarnon. For me, that's a Sibir. I have all these besides Sibir. So, let's just say you don't have all these. Let's just go over all the Incarnons, what they do, and if I consider them a good one or not. And spoiler alert, most of these are good ones. Alright, so let's start off with the Xylock Incarnon. This is a pretty old weapon that has some changes. Now, I will let you know, the Incarnon alt fire mode on this thing does not work with multi-shot properly. It just doesn't work properly at all. I would not recommend picking up the Xylock for that reason. But if you want to just have a good slash proc pistol, this can be a nice slash proc pistol. So, when you get the Incarnon charge on this thing, it has a charge shot that is AoE heat damage. It normally is a slash proc pistol. And it has really bad crit chance normally. That's why these Incarnon upgrades will make it have better crit chance. It's really, really not phenomenal, guys. But if you want to try it out, it can do some big slash procs too, technically. It's a single target pistol in the non-Incarnon form. Moving on to the Sibir, the only Incarnon I don't have from this week. What this one's going to do is it's going to get cold blast radius on heavy slams. And it also gets some increased damage too. So what you're looking at here is basically going to be a cold damage hammer. So if you throw on one Toxin mod, you'll have built-in viral damage, which is good against unarmored enemies. That's probably what I'll do on this thing. But again, I'd say that these two Incarnons right here are like the ones you put at the lowest on your priority list, as all the Stalker weapons are pretty powerful. So it's a melee. It doesn't really do anything super phenomenal. Some of the Incarnons give you increased combo chance on enemy affected by cold procs, and it does cold procs on heavy slams. So some synergy there, and it looks really cool. It looks very visually awesome. But yeah, it's still a melee at the end of the day, so let's see if there's any good stat stick upgrades here. 25% increased crit chance is the biggest upgrade in the final tier. Alright, as far as the Incarnons I actually would recommend to you, we got the Dread, the Despair, and the Hate. And I'd say the number one weapon to get this week, if you have it, is the Hate Incarnon. Now remember, this is a very rare weapon. This comes from the Stalker. It's a lower drop rate than the Dread by a lot, as is the Despair. Once this thing gets into its Incarnon form, after 6x combo multiplier, it will fire off like projectiles from its light attack melee attacks that do heat damage and also work with condition overload. Additionally, this thing just is already really good, so when we go into the final tiers, we're getting lots of status chance, lots of crit chance, etc., etc. Additionally, on Kalervo, one of these Incarnons right here, increased combo count when you're only holding a melee, that does work on Kalervo's 4 as well. So if you use Kalervo's Dagger, Storm of Ukko, and you are holding the Hate Incarnon with this evolution, you will build a 12x multiplier near instantly. So very nice in that way, but yeah, also really good slash procs here. Number one recommendation, the Hate Incarnon. And you know what's funny too? I'm probably getting a second Hate Incarnon tonight because there's no other weapon to choose. As far as the Despair and the Dread, these are both really good. They do built-in heat damage on the Incarnon mode. The way the Despair works is, remember, this is also a very, very rare weapon, but if you don't have the weapon yet, guys, you can grind out the Incarnon. Get it. It will drop into your inventory, and when you eventually do get the Hate or the Despair, you can install it once you eventually do get the weapon. You can hold on to your Incarnon for a while. But yeah, this thing, once it gets some headshots, it becomes an exploding AoE heat damage throwing star, and this also is innately silent on explosions. So if you're using a frame like Ivara, Octavia, etc., invisibility frames, these are innately silent even though they're exploding, and it's quite nice. This is very good against Acolytes and just good against trash ads in general. I'd highly recommend the Despair Incarnon and the Hate Incarnon. The Dread Incarnon's also really good too, but the problem is it's basically the exact same thing as the Paris Incarnon. Gets built-in heat damage, has a big like Nanoruke size hitbox, and the biggest difference here is that this one has different Incarnons and less status chance with slash damage instead of puncture. But the thing is, the Paris has really high status chance too. So I'd say if you already have the Paris, maybe still go for it because the Dread is also pretty good. But again, you don't need two bows to do the exact same thing, I'd say. So up to you. My number one recommendations this week would be the Hate Incarnon as number 1 and the Despair Incarnon as number 2. But if you don't have the Despair or the Hate, you could maybe be like, okay, I'm going to go for the Side Deer because I only have the Side Deer out of this stuff. Some of these weapons are relatively rare. As far as the normal path, you're going to have Excalibur, Trinity, and Ember. So Trinity is probably the one I'd recommend to you this week because the Ambulance boss fight is very annoying to grind out, the fight that she comes from. And, you know, it's not like her helmet is extremely useful, but yeah, this would be a guaranteed way you can get Trinity this week. That's the one I'd recommend to you as far as the most annoying ones to farm. Alright, let's go over to the Kahl mission and all that stuff, and, you know, let's just knock it out. Oh, by the way, Archon Hunt this week is going to be the Amber Archon Shard for casting speed. Your mission types are going to be Exterminate, Disruption, and the final boss fight. Let's get to the Kahl mission. Hope you guys enjoy these types of videos, of course. I do enjoy making them. The thing is about these weekly resets is that the Incarnons, the Incarnons have taken over the weekly reset. No one cares about Nightwave anymore compared to the Incarnons. So as far as your Kahl mission challenges, if you want to suffer alongside me, we're on Prison Break, and we are going to be having the challenge of Deathless, complete it without dying. Defeat Venkratel, so that's the side mini-boss. Open 3 hidden caches on this gigantic Prison Break map. I would not recommend doing this one, but hey, it's your funeral. Get 10 kills using the Hellion Jetpack, pretty easy there. Find Kahl's missing flute. Again, these are 2 hidden object ones on the biggest map in the game for this. And take out 10 enemies with the dropship. That's in between flying phase. Just destroy the fighters. Very simple. Not that bad of challenges, but that's because I'm going to likely ignore some of them. The shard from Chipper is the Crimson Archon Shard for power strength. Alright, quickly going to go over the Nightwave challenges, then we'll do a look over of what you can expect this week. Alright, for Nightwave challenges, we've got Animator, fully socket 3 Itan sculptures. Explorer, complete 3 Railjack missions. Saboteur, complete 3 Sabotage missions. The Old Ways, complete a mission with only a single pistol and a glaive equip. I think Sarada should work for that too. It doesn't have to actually be the glaive. Mine 6 rare gems or ore in the Orb Valis. Elite Weeklies, defeat the Ropa Low list, which is going to require some story mission completions to get to. And Grove Guardian, defeat a Silver Grove Spectre. That's from the Silver Grove quest, the stuff you get for after you beat the Titania quest to scan plants and all that. For your Nightwave store, let's see what we got. So we got the Evergreen stuff at the top as always. We got some decent helmets. So we got my favorite Anubis helmet for Anaros. We got the Zaku Kinsu helmet if you don't have the deluxe skin. And then let's see what else we got in here. Anything noteworthy? Revenant Vania helmet, we got Revenant Prime. The Grendel Glut helmet is pretty good. So if you don't have a helmet for Grendel, maybe pick that one up. And yeah. For your Aura mods this week, got EMP Aura, Rifle Amp, Holster Amp, and Rejuvenation. I like to usually say this. If you are a brand new player, Rejuvenation is quite nice for making you have health regen built in. It also will stack. Let's say you're a group of 4 players that just started playing the game together. If your whole team has this equipped, it stacks. You will have 12 health regen per second. That will basically carry you through the entire normal start chart. Because enemies don't really deal that much damage per shot. And we have the Ceramic Dagger blueprint here again if you didn't get it last week. And we've also got Recharge Barrier for Volt, Skull Shot to the Viper, and Focused Acceleration for the Tetra. So yeah, anything here that tickles your fancy, go for it. And if you forgot the Ceramic Dagger last week, it's back again. Alright, that's going to be it for your Nightwave stuff. People are definitely at rank 30 now. I have been really lazy with my Nightwave. I didn't even feel like destroying Void Angels last week, but yeah, I could technically be at level 30 right now. Get that Operator suit. Alright, let's take a look at these Invigorations. Reminder, if you want to get access to these, you need to go to the Deimos Necrolisk Syndicate and get to rank 3 and talk to the Sun NPC. And these down here require rank 5, and that also is another thing. You talk with the Sun NPC to get this stuff. So we've got Banshee, increased critical chance and reloads, well, primary crit chance, and then plus 75% reload speed for everything. You've got Gyre, secondary crit chance and plus 25 heal rate. Gyre is not super tanky, so heal rate's not going to do much for her. And then for Vauban, we got 100% increased ability range and 5 jump resets. Time to get some enemies stuck to the wall and ruining Hydron. So that's going to be it for your This Week in Warframe, guys. There's really not much going on right now. I believe that the 10-0 alert should be pretty soon here, but I don't know if we have a concrete date on that yet. The biggest thing is start working on those Wisp Prime, like rep and all that. Okay, no, I take it back, actually. there is something going on this week. There is the 10-0 alerts. I literally just pulled this up, so as far as what you can expect, if you made it this far in the video, here you go. What you can expect if you're doing these alerts, it's going to be some reminiscent stuff of some old boss fights. So on July 19th at 11 a.m. until July 27th at 11 a.m., you can get a Darvo bobblehead, a Auric Catalyst blueprint, and a Vor recall glyph. And then on July 27th, we'll be moving on to some other boss fights, it looks like, too. So there you go. That's going to be This Week in Warframe for sure this time. But yeah, basically start getting your Wisp Prime prep ready. She'll be expensive the day 1, and I'll be farming her day 1. So come stop by the stream, guys. I appreciate the support, and either way, I will see you next time. Take it easy. Peace!